The bomb is about to go off in Washington. A silent but deadly move is brewing just days before the draft. The management has its eyes on an offensive gem that could completely change the team's outlook. Who? You won't believe it when you find out. Sources close to the team indicate that we might see a total revolution in our receiver room. But that's not all, folks. While everyone is looking at the offense, an elite defensive talent could be on the way to D.C., a first-round cornerback. That analysts consider the best in his class is on the radar. The Commanders' secondary could become one of the most feared in the entire league with this addition. And hold on tight, because there are explosive rumors about a possible departure that would shock the entire fan base. One of our most productive veterans in the backfield might be packing their bags if certain moves are finalized in the draft. This is the kind of decision that could define the immediate future of our franchise. The 2024 season left us with a bittersweet taste. We reached the NFL championship game, but couldn't overcome the Eagles. Now, with the draft around the corner, we have the opportunity to address our weaknesses and enhance our strengths. We're going to dissect each of these news pieces and analyze the impact they could have on the immediate future of the Commanders. Don't change the channel, because I'm going to reveal all the details of these bombshells that could shake the foundations of our team. If you're a true Commanders fan, you need to know this now. Like and subscribe so you don't miss any exclusives. Let's get straight to the point. The Commanders have one of the best receiving corps in the entire NFL. No one disputes that. Terry McLaurin has proven to be an undisputed leader, and Deebo Samuel arrived to perfectly complement that aerial attack. But here's the key. Samuel will become a free agent next spring, and management is planning ahead. And you know what? They're looking towards TCU. Yes, folks, Texas Christian University has two prospects that could fit perfectly into our offensive scheme. Jack Beck and Savion Williams are machines at gaining yards after the catch, something our offensive coordinator greatly values. Let me delve into these two prospects. Jack Beck is a 6'2", 205-pound receiver who has shown extraordinary ability to create separation and gain yards after contact. His 2024 season with the Horned Frogs was impressive, amassing 68 receptions for 876 yards and 7 touchdowns. What impresses me most about Beck is his versatility. He can line up both outside and in the slot, giving our attack invaluable flexibility. On the other hand, Savion Williams is pure electricity with the ball in his hands. At 6 feet and 195 pounds, what he lacks in size he makes up for with breathtaking explosiveness. Williams recorded 62 receptions for 892 yards and 9 touchdowns last season. His ability to change direction in tight spaces reminds me of a young Odell Beckham Jr. It's that kind of special talent you don't see every day. What does this mean for our offense? I'll tell you this. We're building an offense that could dominate the league for years. McLaurin, Samuel, and potentially Beck or Williams would form a lethal trio. Imagine Jaden Daniels with all these weapons at his disposal. Simply terrifying for any opposing defense. Let's not forget that Samuel, although incredibly talented, has a history of injuries that we can't ignore. In his 6 NFL seasons, he's only played a full season once. Having a contingency plan is not just smart, it's necessary. And if that plan provides us with a young talent who can learn from two of the best receivers in the league before taking on a more significant role, then tell me, what could be better? Now I ask you, should we use an early pick on a receiver when we have other needs? In my opinion, when you have a quarterback like Daniels, you need to surround him with talent. And these TCU guys have the potential to be stars in the NFL. Ben Solak from ESPN suggests we could draft Beck in the 2nd or 3rd round, or Williams in the 3rd or 4th. Either will be an extraordinary addition that will perfectly complement our current receivers. Let's move on to defense, folks. If there's one position where the Commanders need improvement, it's in the secondary. And it seems management has its eyes on Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame. This guy is no ordinary prospect. We're talking About a potential starter from his rookie year, Morrison is a true boss in the secondary. At 6 feet and 190 pounds, he has the ideal size to face the physical receivers of the modern NFL. In his 3 seasons with the Fighting Irish, Morrison amassed 11 interceptions, 26 passes defended, and consistently demonstrated the ability to close quickly and punish receivers. What makes Morrison special? I believe it's his combination of fluid athleticism, versatility in coverage, and aggressiveness against the run. It's not common to find such a complete cornerback coming out of the draft. Analysts project him as a late first round or early second round pick, right where the Commanders might be positioned to choose. If we look at our defensive stats from last season, we allowed an average of 244 passing yards per game, ranking 21st in the league. That's simply not acceptable for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Morrison could be the kind of player who changes the defensive culture from day one. Corey Giddings, a scout from Bleacher Report, says Morrison has the potential to be a reliable starter in the NFL with continuous development. He needs to improve his transitions and maintain discipline in zone coverage, but his ceiling is incredibly high. What really impresses me about Morrison is his mentality. At Notre Dame, he was known for his relentless work ethic and desire to constantly improve. In a recent interview, Morrison mentioned studying Jalen Ramsey and Patrick Surtain too to perfect his technique. That kind of dedication is exactly what we're looking for in our players. Now I ask you, don't you think our defense would instantly improve with Morrison? A cornerback of his caliber could transform our secondary and give us the ability to face the best receivers in the division. Imagine Morrison going up against a Jay Brown of the Eagles or CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys. He could be the differential factor in those crucial divisional matchups. The draft is scheduled for this week at Lambeau Field, Green Bay, and I firmly believe that if Morrison is available when it's our turn, it will be a mistake not to select him. This guy has everything to become a star in the NFL. And here comes the most controversial news, folks. Austin Ekeler, our veteran running back, might be closer to the exit door than we think. The 4 current running backs of the Commanders are entering the final year of their respective contracts. And Adam Peters is always thinking 2 steps ahead. What's exactly happening? I'll tell you this. If the Commanders draft a running back this year, Ekeler could end up on the trade block. Sterling Z from Pro Football Network suggests that a return to the Chargers or a backup role with Alvin Kamara in the Saints would be interesting options for Ekeler. Let's analyze Ekeler's situation coldly. He arrived at the Commanders with high expectations after productive years with the Chargers. In his best season in 2021, he amassed over 1,500 total yards and 20 combined touchdowns. However, his production has gradually declined, and last season we saw worrying signs. Why would they consider trading Ekeler? He will turn 30 in May, which in NFL running back terms is considered veteran. His role was reduced last season, with 9.3 touches and 61.1 yards per game, his lowest figure since his rookie year. Despite this, he remains efficient, especially in the passing game, with an average of 10.5 yards per reception, his best mark since 2019. Concussions are also a major factor. Ekeler suffered 2 last season, and we know head injuries are cumulative. Is it worth risking the long-term health of a player who has already shown signs of wear? This is the kind of tough question general managers must ask themselves. Let's not forget the financial aspect. Ekeler has a cap hit of $4.75 million for the 2025 season. If the Commanders trade him after June 1st, they could save approximately $3.5 million in cap space. That money could be reinvested in extensions for key players like Jaden Daniels, or to strengthen other positions of need. I ask you, should we keep Ekeler or give a chance to new blood? Let's not forget Ekeler suffered 2 concussions last season, and his fumble in the NFL championship game against the Eagles was a decisive moment that many fans still haven't forgotten. What's clear is that our running game regressed in the second half of 2024 and in the playoffs. We relied too much on Jaden Daniels to gain yards on the ground, something that is not sustainable long-term. Peters will be wise to explore young options for the backfield. This draft class has several interesting running backs who could be selected in the mid-rounds. Names like Trey Benson from Florida State, Blake Corum from Michigan, or Bucky Irving from Oregon could provide youth and explosiveness to our backfield at a much lower cost than keeping Eckler. The NFL draft is just around the corner, and every pick we make will define the direction of our franchise. Will we opt to strengthen our offense with an explosive TCU receiver? Will we improve our secondary with Benjamin Morrison? Or maybe we're ready for a generational change in our running back position. The championship window for the Commanders is open right now. With Jaden Daniels proven to be a franchise quarterback in his rookie season, we have that luxury that few teams enjoy. A star quarterback on his rookie contract. This gives us financial flexibility to strengthen other positions. What excites me about this? Management is their long-term vision. They're not building for a one-year run to the Super Bowl. They're establishing a solid foundation for sustained success. That means sometimes making tough decisions, like possibly saying goodbye to a veteran like Eckler. What do you think should be our number one priority in this draft? I personally believe the secondary needs immediate attention, but we can't ignore the opportunity to add explosive talent to our offense. Whatever direction our franchise takes, these next few days will be crucial for the future of the Commanders. As fans, we have the privilege and responsibility to follow every move and support our team in every decision. If you want to stay informed about all the Commanders news, especially during this crucial draft week, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We are a family, a community united by our passion for this team. Don't miss any updates, analysis, or reactions to the moves that will define our next season. And remember, Washington is not just building a team. It's forging a dynasty. Go Commanders!